Okay, so here, like I said I was going to do in the other video, I'm going to give you an example of how to write or create a lesson plan. So this is pretty much really important for your assessment test that you're going to have later on. You're going to be asked to have this already written in your journal, so come up with something good. A full class, not just a dummy or an example. I'm going to actually see your full class written out. So this is just an example of a couple of different things and how you're going to write you're going to write it out. You can choose your level, you can choose your genre. I don't care, as long as it is in the correct format of how I'm explaining how to write it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to my example, right? And I have some pictures of my notebook. Let's see if I can blow this up a little bit. This is not getting bigger. Oh, duh. Okay. So, here I say on the top, Miss Teresa's ballet class, Monday at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay? So, like I explained in the other video, you're going to write down the station first and underline it so that when you go back to your notes, you automatically visualize it. But before I get into that, let's go over here to the left side where it says steps to cover. So this is pretty much the curriculum that's in your notebook. You got to remember, okay, so this is what I need to be covering with the class, within these couple of weeks. So let me write down these different steps, and as I cover them and explain them and teach each student what it is, I give a check so that I know where I'm at. And then I can go back and say, oh, I didn't do dégagé and I didn't do passe, so I need to add that to next week's lesson plan. So these are some of the terms that a beginner ballet class would need to learn. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so you got here bar. Number one, you're going to say song. This is supposed to say Adagio at the bar. That's the name of the song. I made it up, but that's the name of the song. And you write down what kind of combo is this. This is a plie combination. You start with a plie combination. All right? Remember I said you underline and you put in your notes about what you're going to tell your students before they actually attempt it. Predict their mistakes. Tell Emily to stand up straight. You don't have to say, Emily, stand up straight. She like she's already doing it wrong. But you're gonna say, okay, guys, before we start the combination, I want to make sure I see everybody stand up nice and tall, stomachs pressed in, good posture. You say it, you generalize it, and then the next time, after you watch it, if Emily doesn't stand up straight, then you will tell Emily, you didn't stand up straight. I tried to tell you, but you didn't do it. Okay, so here I go. I say, okay, we're gonna start in first position. That's my abbreviation. You're going to hold 4 counts, obviously, when the music starts. You're going to go arm forward and open, which is a port de bras, but I'm not going to write down port de bras because, I'm not really going to explain that to them just yet, what it's called when you move your arms. They can learn that a little later. So arms forward and open to second. Plie 2 counts. 1, 2. I'm doing it 2 times. Then, after I do that 2 times, I'm going to releve 2 times. I'm going to repeat that whole section twice. The next section is time to do second position, repeat in every position, no third. We don't really use third, so I'm just going to tell them to go from second to fourth and then to fifth position, and that's the end of it, okay? That's the end of the combination. So I did one combo just for the bar. When you do this, you're going to write down every combo that you should be doing at the bar if you choose ballet. So if you're at the bar, you should be doing a plie combination, a tendu combination, a rond de jambe combination, all these combinations that you should be doing with your students, okay? And you format it like this, okay? Moving on to center, all right? So here we go. I have here, underline center, 1, my song, Leaps for Joy, some song I made up. It's a turn combination, my notes. Fix the lines in the center so everyone can see themselves. you're probably going to have to do that when you're dealing with beginners. They don't really have a sense of spacing. I know a lot of advanced people who don't have a sense of spacing, so you're probably always going to fix the lines, but that's a good note to put down. All right, you're starting in first position. You're going to tendu front for preparation, okay? Then you're going to hold 4 counts. Shanae, stop, prepare. Shanae, stop, prepare. 4 times. On the last shanae, prepare to the left so that they could do it on the left. All right? So that's a bar combination and that's a center combination. And I've covered some of the steps that's over here in my curriculum sheet. Okay? Then let's do an across the floor combination, because normally you do an across the floor combination when you're doing ballet class. So number 1, the song is Let It Go, the remix, because I put remix later after I put Grande Allegro combo, because I was saying, you know, Let It Go is not an Allegro song. So it's the remix so that you can actually do some jumps. Okay? So you're going to hold 8 counts in the B plus position. Chassé, sauté, arabesque to the right. Repeat the same thing. Chassé, sauté, arabesque to the left. Then you're going to chassé to the right, step, grand jeté, and that's the combination across the floor. The note is remind Abigail, whoever that is, to face the direction she's going in her arabesque. So you want to make sure that the class knows when you're doing arabesque, your upper body should be facing the direction your standing leg is, okay? Not facing the mirror. That's bad technique. Whatever, okay? Depending on the age group, you know, you're correcting their technique or whatever. So you want to make sure that you have those notes. Those are really important. Predict those mistakes that kids make, that, you know, teenagers make. That's your job. Then, last but not least, you have center again, because that's usually what you do in a ballet class. You go back to the center. 1, my song is Pretty Woman, and it's a Petit Allegro combination. You're going to hold 4 counts in first position, do 4 sautés. Then you're going to sauté to second 4 times. Note, this is a good note. If students are doing well, and what I mean by that, if they're paying attention and retaining the information that you're giving them, it's a good day, everybody's focused, you know, the bad students didn't come to class today, and everybody who really cares is here. You explain what jumping to first to second is called. It's called échappé. Then add to the list of learned steps. So a lot of the times when you're teaching beginners, all right, and they're getting, you know, they're really getting good and you see that they're improving, you know what? It's okay if you add in an extra term for them if they're already retaining the information. So like, for example, if you're doing sautés and then they jump to second position, you say, hey guys, you want to know something cool? Yeah, we want to know something cool. When you jump from first position to second position, it has a name. And they're like, what? Okay, what's the name? It's called échappé. Okay? And then you just say, you know, these are échappé jumps, échappé sautés. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But if everybody's running around the classroom not paying attention, and you know that it's been a day where nobody's really understanding anything, they're not getting the basics, I wouldn't even spring that on them until later down the line, when you can explain it and once they've grasped the simple concept of doing the jump. It is a lot to be a teacher, but I will tell you this, it's the most rewarding job there is, okay? When you get to see your dancers transform before your eyes, it is very, very, very beautiful. Okay, so in order to see that transformation, you got to give it 100%. You got to do your research. You got to really care about your students, and you got to really be personal with them. You got to be able to say, this is what I know XYZ, or, you know, John or Lisa or whoever the kid's name is, this is what they can do, and this is the things that I want to see them do. You know what I'm saying? You got to really set the bar high for them. And when you do that, you know, they want to rise to the occasion. Most kids want to rise to the occasion. So you got to expect more for them in order for them to grow. You can't just, you know, be lazy with it and not really take the time to understand each kid. You got to take the time to analyze every single student. Okay? It's not like a college class where you're just another number. Okay, you are personal with your students and you talk to your students about what they need to work on. You cannot just let it slide. Okay? So I can't stress that enough. If you have questions, of course, like I said, leave a comment or email me, text me, do whatever. But I haven't really gotten that many questions, so I'm a little nervous because I really want you guys to do well when you're put in a test environment. And I keep saying test environment. That means you're going to be testing this knowledge on students. And I don't want you to be completely lost. So really take this information. Again, leave me questions and I will be happy to help you. All right, later.